Let's get another message for my babes. If we may get a message for my babes. I'm going to try not to be a weirdo. Blessed. Good luck. Weirdos in the house. All right, what's the message? If we may get an aspect in your chart. Looks like we got an aspect. Sequa? Sesqua. What? Sesqua? Quadrant. Clearly I haven't studied this stuff, you guys. Forgive me. We have a Sesqua quadrant aspecting in your chart. I don't know. This minor aspect occurs when two planets or other astrological points are 135 degrees from each other. This aspect can cause some minor tensions between celestial bodies and may bring up feelings that you're tempted to sweep under the rug. If things don't feel quite right in your relationship, but you can't quite put your finger on it, this is an aspect to look out for. Something's not quite right, but you can't put your finger on it within a relationship. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna not speak on that, please. Okay. Blessed. All right, let's get some energy here for let's just say something doesn't feel quite right with somebody. I could say that for everybody in my life, but it's probably me. I'm the common denominator. I'm the weirdo. Anyways, let's just take me out of this and try to discuss the problem. It's not a problem. It's like something's a little misunderstood. So we're gonna get an energy blank at the bottom. We're gonna get an energy that you're, let's say this person, you know, I was supposed to have an interview yesterday and she never called me. Something's just not quite right. So it doesn't have to be like a lover. I'm just saying, because I'm trying to like, yeah, it seems like something's not quite right with every boss I've ever had. But anyways, something not quite right here with somebody. And we're going to get their energy, if we may, please, just to understand better. We're going to tap in a little bit, see if we can discover what is the dealio. All right, so their archetype, I think this archetype energies we'll do first here, and then we'll get yours and kind of compare the situation. It's like, what's up with this energy? What? Is that guide? Oh, well, I guess there could be a shadow attribute here. All right, so somebody you're connected to, that something's not quite right. They are in guide energy, and if something's not quite right, I'm leaning towards, it's probably going to be a little more of the shadow attribute, but let's not jump to conclusions. Light attribute of the guide represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. It's like this is, I have had to struggle with this energy personally because I don't want to yell and get angry, but I'm a little triggered. But it turns out we need to make money. And so, because I did the whole avenue where God will provide. Yep, God provides. But we still need money. It's like, there's no way around it. And so, to be paid for your guidance, it is so bizarre. Why is it such a mucky thing where we confuse the value of our guidance with, because you can't really put a monetary value on divine guidance, but we need to pay the bills. It's so frustrating. So this isn't exactly where I think the message is going. I'm just speaking on personal experience. Like, the church makes money off of the church. Maybe that's the situation. Somebody's connected to a church that something's not quite right. Because I went to a church, something's not quite right about whoever, whether it's a church or a person or a whole religion. Like, there's something not quite right about the guide, and it has to do with money. And I am, it's like I don't ask for money for my guidance, but because I have to pay the bills, and this is the best thing this is what I'm best at, it doesn't seem quite right to me either. And so together it just doesn't seem quite right. It's so frustrating. So we're just gonna eventually get over that somehow. Very critically aware of abusing our power. Something not quite right about the system and how we have to pay for knowledge. That's what it is. We shouldn't have to pay for this knowledge, but we do. Some of us pay with our life trying to figure this shit out. How bizarre. This message, very triggering. Okay, let's see. Where can we get some advice here? Oh yeah, and then your energy. Okay, or your archetype, so that we can compare and get a better reference of how to understand what seems just not quite right. Your energy, if we may, my beautiful babes. Addict. The church, let's just say the church, preys on people who have problems. It's like, people like, I have nowhere to turn. I'll go to the church because I'm addicted to whatever it is, or going through the thing. And so the guide, and this isn't in every single case, but it's like the guide takes advantage of the one who's getting guidance. If something's not quite right, there is somebody, it's a system that takes advantage. And if you're looking at it at the big scale with the government and the whole thing, they necessarily, well, it feels like sometimes they create addicts and then send them to a guide, and it's like, that's not quite right. So we just need to be so very careful with our mind, body, and spirit, and who we look to and what they're doing to get paid. So let's read it. Addict, my beautiful babes. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So when you go to the church session, they'll often talk about addiction, and they'll enlighten you. What does it say? Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. It's like, well, you already know within yourself to have gone to the church, so you don't need this guide necessarily. But, alright, well, somebody just needs a different guide, because if we're talking about something that's just not quite right, this guide has ulterior motives, and that is just unfortunate when we're dealing with such critical energy as addiction to be taken advantage of on top of it. My goodness. Let's just read the shadow attribute that I hope most of my babes are not in this energy. Shadow attribute of the addict is compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. The majority of the answers I believe that I have come to know have been found from within. Lots of outer help, but I feel like saying, to wrap the message up here, is that you can be your own guide. If something's not quite right with the ones that have been guiding you, trust that you have this innate instinct, this innate ability to guide yourself. And you can attribute it to God when you guide yourself, co-guiding, tapping into your power over self is God energy. So it's good that we're paying attention that something's not quite right about somebody who's guiding you. And they are necessarily, according to the cards here, possibly taking advantage of your addiction, whatever that might look like. So trust yourself, and it's a very fuzzy line how guides get compensated and how they can take advantage of, and I never want to be, I would never want to take advantage. Clearly, I hope I didn't even have to say that. So, should we get maybe just one more for this situation? And somebody's going to be going within a little bit more, because something's not quite right about somebody you've been looking up to. What's the message? If we may get a message. Hold on, my babes. Don't wait to get picked. Don't chase anything that doesn't want to be caught. Instead, pick yourself up and forge ahead. So, don't wait to get picked. Don't chase anything that doesn't want to be caught. I'm getting, well, what if they want to be caught? Then chase them? That's kind of cute, side note. Instead, pick yourself up and forge ahead. Just forge ahead like the photo. Just take care of yourself. Trust that we have a built-in compass, instinct that we can trust if we, keep things simple and clean and organized so that we can hear that inner guidance. So that's what I have for my babes. I truly hope that helped. Until next time.